You've heard it 50 times from me. How do you measure character? Somebody tell me how to measure character. Somebody tell me somebody has listened to me.
Not how you handle your success, but how you handle your failure.
Who said it? Not how you handle your successes, but how you handle failure. Character! 6 freaking years! And I can't get 11 so-called leaders to have a little bit of character. Has nothing to do with adjustments on defense tonight, fellas. Has to do with heart and character. Put yourself aside, put the team first, and have a little bit of character.
All right, what is good character to you?
I think good character would be, expressing who you are exactly how you believe you are, and not how others perceive you to be.
Who's someone that exhibits good character to you?
I would say Mr. McConnell.
All right, Mr. McConnell, what is good character to you?
You know, good character to me is somebody that's nice, does what's right, does to others what he wants done to him. And Turner Swink's a really good example of that.
What's your definition of character?
My definition of character would be you do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And most people know that intuitively what needs to be done that's right. Because if you don't do something right, it feels crummy on the inside. So I always say you do the right thing because it's the right thing to do.
Thank you. And who's someone that exhibits good character to you?
Probably my wife. A lot better than me. She always is doing the right thing and correcting me and help me guide down the way. But then that's, I guess, why we do things like that. Why we get married and help each other out. So my wife is probably the best example of having good character and helping me be better.
Good character to me is someone who treats others kindly and supports people. And an example of someone with good character would be Sister Sanchez, because she's really nice.
Baron, what do you think good character is to you?
It's probably being really caring for other people and respecting their opportunity to enjoy life and also to succeed, whether it be on your own or helping someone else succeed. It also is important to just do your part with not just helping others in success, but in actually in their experiences in life, because the ultimate thing that people can learn from are experiences and not people teaching them.
And who's someone that exhibits good character to you?
At our school.
Anywhere.
Probably be from our school. I think Daniel Velasco. He's got a good heart. He cares about people, and he's devoted to his classes and the people around him.
You're ready to wake up, you're going to wake up. And if you're not ready, you're going to stay pretending that you're just a little, poor little me. And since you're all here and engaged in this sort of inquiry and listening to this sort of lecture, I assume that you're all on the process of waking up. Or else you're teasing yourselves with some kind of flirtation with waking up, which you're not serious about. But I assume maybe you are, not serious but sincere, that you are ready to wake up. So then, when you're in the way of waking up and finding out who you really are, what you do is what the whole universe is doing at the place you call here and now. You are something the whole universe is doing in the same way that a wave is something that the whole ocean is doing. The real you is not a puppet which life pushes around. The real deep down you is the whole universe. So then, when you die, you're not going to have to put up with everlasting non-existence, because that's not an experience. A lot of people are afraid that when they die, they're going to be locked up in a dark room forever. And sort of undergo that. But one of the most interesting things in the world, this is a yoga, this is a way of realization. Try and imagine what it will be like to go to sleep and never wake up. Think about that. Children think about it. It's one of the great wonders of life. What will it be like to go to sleep and never wake up? And if you think long enough about that, something will happen to you. You will find out, among other things, that it'll pose the next question to you. What was it like to wake up after having never gone to sleep? That was when you were born. You see, you can't have an experience of nothing. Nature abhors a vacuum. So after you're dead, the only thing that can happen is the same experience, or the same sort of experience as when you were born. In other words, we all know very well that after people die, other people are born. And they're all you. Only you can only experience it one at a time. Everybody is I. You all know you're you. And wheresoever beings exist throughout all galaxies, it doesn't make any difference. You are all of them. And when they come into being, that's you coming into being. You know that very well. Only you don't have to remember the past. In the same way, you don't have to think about how you work your thyroid gland, or whatever else it is in your organism. You don't have to know how to shine the sun. You just do it. Like you breathe. Doesn't it really astonish you that you are this fantastically complex thing? And that you're doing all of this and you never had any education in how to do it?
Wait, Connor, who emits character to you?
George McGovern is character because he stood up for what he believed in, even though he lost in a 49-1 state landslide in 1972.
What is good character to you?
Being nice to people.
Who exhibits good character to you?
Zach Alexander.
Rose? Who emits character to you?
My friend Molly has character because she is always truthful and she never holds anything back.
Jillian? Who exhibits good character to you?
Character, Zach Alexander.
What is the definition of good character to you?
Someone that is responsible and takes care of themselves and others.
A good character is someone who takes pride in everything that they do and they don't underestimate themselves.
To me, character is who you are.
Jesus exhibits very good character because he died for me and you.
Mr. Morton is a good exhibit of character because he dedicates himself to Bishop McGinnis.
Mr. Welch, what is the definition of good character to you?
Good character is when you act a certain way when no one's around.
I think my mom is a good character in my life because she's like a role model and she's always responsible and she has good advice for me whenever I need it.
What's the definition of character for you?
Someone who's responsible and just like is a person for others and really cares about other people.
I had to deal with bullying a lot, but as I said, I was raised very normally. So when I started kindergarten, I had absolutely no idea that I looked different. No clue. I couldn't see that I looked different from other kids. I think of it kind of as a big slap of reality for a 5-year-old because I went into school first day decked out in Pocahontas gear. I was ready. I went in with my backpack that looked like a turtle shell because it was bigger than me. And I walked up to a little girl, I smiled at her. She looked up at me like I was a monster, like I was the scariest thing she'd ever seen in her life. My first reaction was, she is really rude. I I'm a fun kid and she's the one missing out. So I'll just go over here and play with blocks or boys. I thought the day was going to get better, and unfortunately it didn't. The day kind of got worse and worse, and a lot of people just wanted to have absolutely nothing to do with me, and I couldn't understand why. Why? What did I do? I didn't do anything to them. In my mind, I was still a really cool kid. So I had to go home and ask my parents, what's wrong with me? What did I do? Why don't they like me? And they sat me down and they said, Lizzie, the only thing that's different about you is that you're smaller than the other kids. You have this syndrome, but it's not going to define who you are. They said, go to school, pick your head up, smile, continue to be yourself, and people will see that you're just like them. And so that's what I did. I want you to think and ask yourself this in your head right now. What defines you? Who are you? Is it where you come from? Is it your background? Is it your friends? What is it? What defines who you are as a person? It's taken me a very long time to figure out what defines me. For so long, I thought what defined me was my outer appearance. I thought that my little tiny legs and my little arms and my little face was ugly. I thought it was disgusting. I hated when I would wake up in the morning and I was going to middle school and looking in the mirror, getting ready and thinking, can I just scrub this syndrome off? It would make my life so much easier if I could just scrub it off. I could look like the other kids. I wouldn't have to buy clothes that had Dora the Explorer on it. I wouldn't have to buy stuff that was bedazzled when I was trying to be like the cool kids. I would wish and pray and hope and do whatever I could to pray that I would wake up in the morning and I would be different and I wouldn't have to deal with these struggles. It's what I wanted every single day, and every single day I was disappointed. I have an amazing, amazing support system around me who never pity me, who are there to pick me up if I'm sad, who are there to laugh with me during the good times, and they taught me that even though I have this syndrome, even though things are hard, I can't let that define me. My life was put into my hands, just like your lives are put into yours. You are the person in the front seat of your car. You are the one who decides whether your car goes down a bad path or a good path. You are the one that decides what defines you. Now, let me tell you, it could be really really hard to figure out what defines you. Because there are times where I would just get so annoyed and frustrated, and I don't care what defines me. When I was in high school, I found a video, unfortunately, that somebody posted of me, labeling me the world's ugliest woman. There were over 4 million views to this video, 8 seconds long, no sound, thousands of comments. People saying, Lizzie, please, please just do the world a favor, put a gun to your head and kill yourself. Think about that. If people told you that, strangers told you this. I cried my eyes out, of course, and I was ready to kind of fight back, and something kind of clicked in my head, and I thought, I'm just going to leave it alone. I kind of started realizing that my life is in my hands. I could either choose to make this really good, or I can choose to make this really bad. I could either be grateful and open my eyes and realize the things that I do have and make those the things that define me. I can't see out of one eye, but I can see out of the other. I might get sick a lot, but I have really nice hair. Thanks. You guys are like the best little section right here. Let me lose my train of thought. Okay, where was I? Hair, okay, thinking. Okay, so I could either choose to be happy or I could choose to kind of be upset with what I have and still kind of complain about it. But then I started realizing, am I gonna let the people who called me a monster define me? Am I gonna let the people who said kill it with fire define me? No. I'm gonna let my goals and my success and my accomplishments be the things that define me, not my outer appearance, not the fact that I'm visually impaired, not the fact that I have this syndrome that nobody knows what it is. So I told myself I'm going to work my butt off and do whatever I could to make myself better, because in my mind, the best way that I could get back at all those people who made fun of me, who teased me, who called me ugly, who called me a monster, was to make myself better and to show them, you know what? Tell me those negative things, I'm going to turn them around, and I'm going to use them as a ladder to climb up to my goals. That's what I did. I told myself I wanted to be a motivational speaker, I want to write a book, graduate college, have my own family, my own career. 8 years later, I'm standing in front of you, still doing motivational speaking. First thing, I accomplished it. I wanted to write a book. In a couple weeks, I will be submitting the manuscript for my 3rd book. I wanted to graduate college, and I just finished college. I'm getting a degree. I'm getting a degree in communication studies from Texas State University in San Marcos, and I have a minor in English. I really tried to use real life experience while I was getting my degree, and my professors were not having it. But I wanted to have, lastly, my own family and my own career, and the family part is kind of down the line. My career part, I feel like I'm really doing well with it, considering the fact that when I decided I wanted to be a motivational speaker, I went home, I sat in front of my laptop, went to Google, typed in how to be a motivational speaker. I'm not even joking. I worked my butt off. I used the people who were telling me that I couldn't do this to motivate me. I used their negativity to light my fire to keep going. Use that. Use that. Use that negativity that you have in your life to make yourself better, because I guarantee you, you will win. Now, I want to end with asking you again. I want you to leave here and ask yourself what defines you. But remember, brave starts here. Thank you.
Character is to me someone who shows respect. Mr. Morton is a person who exhibits character because he shows respect.
Character is, it's all about a person's core values, beliefs, and the way that they represent themselves around others. I think somebody who would be a good representation of character would probably be, wow, that's a hard one. There's so many good people to choose from. Well, I guess me being the Apple person, I'll go ahead and stick out on the limb there. Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, even Steve Jobs really, they're strong in their beliefs and their personal lives, and as well as in the business end, and represent the way that they believe around everybody that they work with. There you go.
I think good character is doing good things when no one else is watching you. And a good example of someone with good character is Pope Francis.
Character is to me like what people do. It's like what defines them, all the good things inside of them or bad things. So, yeah. And the person who exemplifies character to me is my good friend. He's my fam. It's Will Linhart.
I think character is doing the right thing when no one is watching and having the utmost intentions.
I think the teachers show character for us by everything that they do each day in teaching us.
I think that character for me is defined as who you are when no one's watching. I think that, if you are the person who finds $1 on the ground, do you turn it into the office or do you shove it in your pocket? And I think that we have so many great examples of good character here at Bishop McGinnis. I don't know, somebody who just exemplifies good character. I'm just trying to think. There are so many to go with. I don't know. good character. I think Miss Williams has a lot of good character. She's a class act, that Miss Williams. Mr. Welch also has good character. You know, if we are a wealth of good character. Miss Phillips, there is a lot of good character in that one. Yeah, the list just goes on and on, but really, it's what would you do when no one's watching? That's character.
I think good character is doing good things when no one is watching, and I think that Miss Herman has good character because she always helps out me in the newspaper stuff.